Hello. Wanted to do a video today on conscious detachment from the physical. What does that mean? Just as the name implies, just don't be connected to the material aspects of this virtual reality. It's not worth investing your energy in. It's just all about, and it's an energy game, really. Just see if you can manifest things and make them produce, and then you move on to something else. That's it. But don't get connected to the illusion of it, because that's really what it is. See, I understand there's a lot of inner turmoil with a lot of people, what they really don't get why things are the way they are. Like, for example, the universe makes evil people do evil things, and then they're punished for it. Things like this. Why the manifestation process is so fragile. Like, it should be much stronger. Like, and what do I mean by that? Like, in other words, when you know you have it already, nothing, no matter what, should, impede that or be a detriment. Nothing. But for some reason, because you're not the only soul in the universe, your energy is blending with others, and sometimes that causes your plans to become bypassed or circumvented or slowed down or blocked or even completely, brought to a complete halt. So, and you could be trying your best, and I'm giving it my all. And I'm also, I've had this experience happen to me multiple times. I'm doing everything right on my end, and no matter how much, I'm putting in and you're doing all the right stuff, it just doesn't seem to be clicking, because you're connected to a system that's just, it's corrupt. It's just filled with greedy, evil characters that just do what they do. So you're not responsible for that. That's why I said in an earlier video, you're not responsible for the entirety of the reality that surrounds you, because this, what you see is it's a conglomerate. It's an amalgam of multiple energies creating this, and you're just one of an infinite amount of energies creating this type of experience that you're seeing. So you're not responsible for the rain that's falling and the clouds in the sky, and what somebody's doing 5 blocks down. You don't have any responsibility for that. But the energy that they're projecting is being cast out into this collective, and it's triggering specific experiences in the ethers of dark matter and in the astral planes of light. So that's why a lot of people give up hope and faith on these things, because you're doing everything you can, and you're vibing high, and just nothing seems to be clicking. I've been a recipient of this myself for many years, and you just keep going, just that's, and then you fall into the dilemma of, if you start making contingencies, then you take that primary manifestation desire, and then what you're actually saying is, well, this isn't working, so I have to come up with other things. So now you're taking energy away from that, creating an alternate reality, and the primary isn't getting the life force that it needs, and you're also sending out a wave of energy to the universe saying, I don't trust this. So it's not easy for people, considering especially these days what's being done to everybody, with all the cajoling and all the, the corruption and the propaganda and all the agendas to try to make, just to cripple the world. So you can't blame them for not having faith in something they can't see. When everything that is what they want is right here in front of them, it's tangible, they can see it, it's visible. So that's what they put their faith in. But the premise of this video is just consciously detach from those things, because they're not real. They're absolutely not real. So, if you really look at the way the universe operates, there's a lot of things I'll never understand. I just don't understand it. A lot of bad things happen to good people, and a lot of good things happen to bad people. I mean, it's true that the wicked, they don't get punished in the sense that, whatever they have deserving to them as far as karma doesn't come to them a lot of times, because that's what's running this whole infrastructure. And I don't see them being removed by the universe. I don't see the universe saying, okay, you're gone, and there won't be any more of this. Now more than ever, it's more intensified than I've ever seen it in my life. So this all factors into the equation of how people process these things. Like, these things are unfair, I don't deserve this. It's true. It's true. You could be in the wrong place at the wrong time and have something horrible happen to you. Bad things happen to good people constantly. That's why I always emphasize the law of attraction is nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. From beginning to end, it's nonsense. The way I feel is that the manifestation process should not be fragile at all. Like, in other words, once I put it in my sacred space, no matter what, I should be able to automatically see it materialize. Boom. but it isn't that way because it's so convoluted here with so many other energies that are so distorted and and just fractured, and disconnected from source and plugged into something very heavy and dark, that those energies that are being projected are also slowing down yours. And it shouldn't be that way because that stuff is out of your control. So on your end, you're doing everything you can to do it right and do it positive and vibrate high, not hurt anybody, a very righteous path, a loving soul, kind heart, all the good stuff. But still, it's just getting like mutilated out there. So this is the reason why people become very discouraged and upset, and they don't believe in the process of God and the universe. And it's very easy to say, forget that nonsense. I'm just going to go get a job and just, make it. And that's why they don't, put their energy towards these things. And I understand, because you can't pay your mortgage with love. You can't fill your stomach with spirituality and metaphysical, supernatural alchemy. You just can't. It's just the way they've contrived this system to be, to revolve around money. That's why they tell you money makes the world go round. It does not. Money makes their system go round. Years ago, they used to barter with salt. That was the most precious commodity. And then it was gold, I think. Now it's this. It's a fiat-based currency system. It's a debt-based currency system. And now they're back to gold again. And eventually they'll digitize the currency, and it'll get harder for people. They'll control you totally, because if you don't do what they say, they'll wipe you out, and they'll force you to take that thing. It'll go real quick from, hey, everybody, look, you can pay your groceries with your hand. You don't need a card anymore, to take the effing shot, and or else. Trust me, that's where they're going with this stuff. That's exactly what they have planned. That's why they're doing away with landlines. The home phone, your home phone, they're going to do away with that. They got rid of the payphones years ago. They want only cellular network so they can control it. They are forced conversion with the gas into an electric grid so they can control it. Digitized currency, get rid of the physical dollars so they can control you. It's all coming down to a central point of control. So this adds to the conundrum that people are facing, the moral quandaries of why they don't trust the universe. A lot of people say, like, during World War II, where was God? God pulled a no-show. Where was God when all these people were being, thrown into the ovens and mutilated and killed, and God knows what was being done to those poor souls, and all of the wars, all of the children, just millions of children a year go missing. They're like, where's God? This loving God that's supposed to love all of us, why is God allowing all this? I don't know. I'm flabbergasted too, man. I'm perplexed. I can't figure it out a lot of times. I just know that source is source, Why these things are, I don't know. Perhaps it's karmic debt from somebody else's past life. I have no idea. But I do know that a lot of times that bad things happen to good people, and they don't deserve it. How do I know this? Because many spirits have come to me and told me, it wasn't my time. I didn't deserve it. This person took my life. I'm very angry. I don't forgive them. I should have had a long life with my family, but they cut my life short. And this happens constantly. You're supposed to have a certain amount of time here that you're given by the universe, but something happens to cut that lifespan short, and it's not your fault. And it isn't karma, and it isn't fate or destiny. It's just you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's like I always encourage people to understand the power of the elements of unpredictability. Chaos. You can't organize that stuff. You can't control it. You think that your plan is to be doing this and this and this, and the universe wants something completely different, and it takes you way out of left field. Like you had these plans, but all of a sudden they just get dashed. And then all of a sudden you're left like, what's going on? I don't understand it. I'm confused. I don't understand this. And I don't blame you, because I've been in that boat myself one too many times, but what comforts me, and hopefully can comfort you, is that this isn't real. That's why I say conscious detachment from the physical. It's not real. It's just designed to deceive the mind into believing that it's real. You're dropped into like a holographic arena. That's why only the mind is deceived into believing it's real. If you could really grasp what I'm saying, because the soul knows that this is just nonsense. And eventually, once the body reaches terminus and returns to the earth, the soul's going to go back home, or wherever it's going to go. If you didn't get it right this time, then you're going to have to come back and go through the training course again. That's just basically the way it works. So in closing with the video, just don't take it serious. That's why, if you make it serious, it's going to be serious. If you don't give it your energy, it's not going to have any energy. There's always another way. Always trust in the process of God. Have faith, have patience, don't complain, that everything's working out in your favor. But the divine plan works in divine right time, which does not work in accordance with your timetables and your deadlines. And that is usually contrived by the ego. And the ego's like, we want it now, 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 now. I don't want to wait. I want to see results now. That's why you have video shorts, making you more and more impatient. No focus, no concentration, absolutely no attention span. You ping pong back and forth off these things that garner your awareness. And then, ooh, that looks good. And the novelty brings you in. And once the novelty wears off, you lose interest and you go on to something else. Oh, that looks good. And then the novelty wears off of that in a few seconds. And then you go on to something else. And that's why you're not creating anything of substance in your life, because you're not putting the time in necessary to do that and allow that to happen. So people don't have time to wait for the universe. When you put a seed in the soil, it's not going to sprout into a tree in 5 minutes because you want it to. It's just not going to. So that's why sometimes I wake up, I just, you get that heavy feeling, but I'm not going to feed it. I can easily feed it and go back to the pattern of being negative and miserable and angry and doubting and uncertain and all that. But that's what the darkness wants you to, you feed your desires. This isn't going to happen, so give up. This way you get stuck here. Don't forget, you're dealing with satanic reptilians who are projecting energies invisibly that you can't see. That's what's affecting your mood. If you're curious as to why lately, the last few months, you've been feeling very depleted and fatigued and tired and drained, it's because the nano foods are working in tandem with microwave towers and microwave satellites, and that's what they're doing to you. That's why everything feels so heavy all of a sudden and just off. And they'll blame it on, well, Saturn is conjunct to Mars and it's in retrograde and all that nonsense. That's the cover story. That's the cover story, because don't forget, they created astrology. Astrology is one of their creations, just like religion and science and politics and math and all of the other things. It all comes from the same hub. So that's the same clique, same organization, same outfit, same cult. That's exactly what's going on. You just have to come correct with you being saying, with yourself saying, I'm not going to buy into this. No matter what this place shows me, I'm not going to buy into it. There's always another way. And my way is going to prevail over this illusionary impediment that I'm not going to feed. That's really the bottom line of it. Again, there's so much stuff I don't understand. Why does the universe make evil people? They do evil deeds and then they're punished for being evil. I never got that. Why does the universe allow these things to happen to children, innocent children born to this world, that are having godforsaken things done to them right now? I wouldn't be able to describe to you the things because my channel will be shut down. I don't understand this world. All of the dog fighting rings where they take huskies and they use them as bait dogs. It's just disgusting. Just the things that people do. I can never wrap my head around it. Man's inhumanity to man never ceases to amaze me. Never. And it never will. Absolutely never will. I've never understood people. Absolutely not. That's why I never was drawn to them. I never fit in with them, and I never wanted to be, and I never will be. I love helping people that need my help. I haven't given up hope on humanity. But I just, the faith is just, I don't know. There's some good ones, thank God. I guess that's the reason why the universe is keeping the lights on to this place. But anyway, let me cut this video in saying, listen, just keep going. Just no matter what, don't give up on yourself, but you always have to have backups in the physical, like if something doesn't work, you got to have something so your income is going to be continuous. You don't want to find yourself homeless and broke. That's not a good place to be. As far as the divine plan is concerned, just know that you got that primary there, and just, whenever the universe is ready, just keep pumping your everything into it the best you can every day. Some days are easier than others. Some days are harder than others. That's what makes us human. Some days we get up and we're like, you don't even want to be here. It's like all of the joy in life has been taken out because of what's going on in the world these days. It's just horrible to watch all of these criminals just be rewarded and nobody's being punished. It's just insane for the atrocities against humanity that they commit every day. And there's no ramifications or consequences for these things for them. They're just coming out unscathed. And it shows you. you know? But anyway, God bless you. Don't give up. You are amazing. And this is the reason why you're here. Just consciously detach from these things. Don't take it serious. It's not real. Besides, when you leave this place, you're not taking any of it with you anyway. But the good thing is that when you pass from here, you get to do all the stuff you love to do. That's a beautiful thing. So, and I wish you the best. Have an amazing day, and God bless your wonderful journey.